It is truly time, guys. The implosion of the financial market is literally imminent. Crash imminent. I mean, it's going to be a catastrophic collapse, guys. Not just a mere crash, but this one looks really bad. Why? Because the inverse Kramer. I'm a bear when it's called for, like in 2007. But the stock market belongs to the bulls. Again, guys, is it truly time? It sure seems like it, right? Because the opposite usually takes place with Jim Cramer. Now, the reason being is because if we go to this next tweet from Gold Telegraph, the United States could now run out of cash as of June. So this is there you guys go. That's the timeline, right? The timeline is literally June, according to the Treasury, with the second largest bank failure in the United States history happened this week, and people are watching nations bypass the dollar in international trade. Are you not entertained? So there you guys go. Guys, on my timeline, right, I stated that each 100 years or so, there is a new system, right? And within a new system, there needs to be a transitional period, right? To make the people become comfortable and transition them from the old to the new as well, guys, right? It can't be abrupt. It has to be first slow, then accelerate towards what? Flipping that switch or overnight, right? Which will be the climax. Now, a dollar's worth, guys, it's been going down ever since. But the timeline is basically by June, right? Because Justin Treasury Secretary Yellen warns that the United States will default by June 1st if the debt ceiling is not raised. Again, so they have to raise it. If they don't, what's going to happen? If lawmakers fail to raise the debt ceiling, a depression is likely. We just got confirmed, guys. Again, because the entire nation will collapse. Literally, since January, the United States Treasury has been taking special accounting maneuvers to avoid default. These special maneuvers will no longer help avoid default after this month. Again, wow, guys, right? So they're stuck. Their hands are tied behind their backs, guys. Again, this is just absolutely mind-boggling because we were talking about the collapse since how long now, right? And it's finally coming into fruition. So the game plan is quite simple. If they don't raise the debt ceiling here in June, guys, the United States will collapse, right? And then it fully begins. This is where XRP comes into play afterwards, right? Now, but most likely they will raise it, guys, but probably not much longer, right? For much longer. Now, because if they don't, a depression is likely. But will a depression happen this year or will it be next year, guys, right? This is what the end of an empire looks like, guys. United States national debt over $31 trillion. That's how you guys know, guys. That's how you guys know the collapse is imminent. That ceiling will be raised over and over until the country and the dollar falls apart, right? I'm thinking by next year, guys, the collapse is here. Now, another one to just the cherry on top, guys. This chart, yield curve in inversions lead to recessions, right? So this compares the 10-year with the 2-year, if I'm not mistaken. If you go here, this time is not different. Each time the blue line right here went under this inversion line, right? What has happened? I'm pretty sure that was a crisis back then as well. This was the 2001 bubble, right? This was the 2008, guys. But wait a minute. The timeline is clear, actually. We cracked the code. It's 2425, guys, right? Because the blue line has to go back above this inversion line, right? For then the crisis or the collapse will take place, right, guys? Look at the previous times. Again, it's fascinating. How long will it take for this line to go back above, right? Maybe a year or 2 years. I'm not quite sure, but it sure seems like a little bit of time, right? Guys, this is just crazy to me. At the same time, that's all happening, right? Justin, more than 110 nations are developing central bank digital currency, says IMF chief. It's probably more by now, guys, if this wasn't a long time ago. These people are literally telling us that CBDCs are imminent, guys, right? And everyone who wants to buy, sell things in this economy, right, will need to be implemented into the new financial system with what being introduced by with CBDCs, right, guys? So these CBDCs will be imminent. Right, the central bank digital currencies. There needs to be a bridge, guys. More inflation uncomfortably above targets and not decelerating as quickly as thought, says IMF chief. There may be more vulnerabilities in the banking sector, she added. Exactly, guys, right? These are all the initial phase. This is the warning signal, right? The warning signs all before our eyes to watch out for, guys, because this is all, it's all tearing apart as we speak. As well, Coinbase states, why does it cost so much money to turn one country's currency into another? Wrong answers only. It's time to update the system. Guys, it literally is about to be time to update it.
Visit another country. You can't just use your own money.
Excuse me? Hi.
No. You gotta turn your money into new money, which costs money. And then when you get back, you gotta turn the new money back into old money, which costs more money? Why does turning money into money cost so much money?
If only there was a bridge, guys. If only we could move money in fractions of a cent, right? If not seconds as well, guys, right? So come on. It's quite clear, folks. This is where they're literally about to update the system. Coinbase is telling you, Mr. Poole told you to watch out for Coinbase, right? They're telling you, so they're about to update the system. This is what I've been saying for years. The Naysays dollar is the biggest financial, whoa, that right there, right? Indian billionaire and bank CEO stated right here. Basically, this is what Ham, Eggs, and Sam has been saying for years. He would like to add, after a period of upheaval, a neutral bridge asset like XRP stands a fair chance as becoming the next global reserve currency. Exactly. Ripple's main goal is to what? Make XRP the world's reserve currency. Sorry, Maxis, Bitcoin doesn't address this problem. It's too slow. Exactly. Check this out.
Financial terrorist in the world is the US dollar. I genuinely feel the biggest financial terrorist in the world is the US dollar. All our monies are in Nostro accounts, and somebody in the US can say, you cannot withdraw it from tomorrow morning, and you're stuck.
Yeah.
That is the power of the reserve currency. And I think we are at a very crucial time in the world history, where the world is desperately looking for an alternative reserve currency. These changes happen once in hundreds of years.
We said that before the billionaires did. We said that before institutions did. We said it before everyone else did, guys. We're not making this stuff up. It's so clear. How don't people see? At the same damn time, Justin, JPMorgan to acquire First Republic Bank, right? If you go here, percentage of deposits controlled by United States banks. JPMorgan, 16%. Bank of America, 14%. Wells Fargo, 10%. Citibank, 5%. US Bank, 3%. And a few others. The top 15 banks control 75% of deposits in the United States, right? It's all centralized. Don't you guys see? It's all the banks. The banks are guys, they are the government. This is why we have gone from 31,000 banks in 1920 to 4,100 banks today, and it's about to get even less with this banking crisis that's on the horizon, probably to double digits, if not less. After the regional banking crisis, this number will be much smaller. A few banks will control the entire system, exactly, like 5 of them, guys, right? Which means these banks hold literally all the power, right? They are the foundation of the entire system as we speak today, guys, right? Literally. I can't believe my eyes, because President Biden says we are well on the way to stabilizing the banking system, right? You can't make this stuff up. Even President Biden is saying, it's all sound, it's all clear, guys, it's all fine and dandy, but is it truly? When all these bank runs were taking place, the bank failures, not to mention billionaires are saying the US dollar is bad, right? Who comes into play at the end, guys? XRP. Bitcoin doesn't stand a chance. I'm sorry. It is what it is, guys. If you're invested into Bitcoin, then I guess that's good for you, but I don't even see the return on investment potential there as well, right, guys? So it's all bad in my humble opinion. But that's not financial advice at the end of the day, guys. It depends on your situation if you like to invest in Bitcoin, right? It's more safer, quote unquote safer, but I don't know, guys. I still see XRP as more safe. But from Andrew, if you're scoring at home, how does Biden say this right here, right? We're on our way to stabilizing the banking system. When 1, Silicon Valley Bank gone. 2, Silvergate Bank gone. 3, Signature Bank assassinated. Credit Suisse Bank gone. 5, First Republic Bank gone. All in the past 60 days, right? But we have been assured by fiat banking overlords that all is well, and to expect additional rate hikes. Exactly, guys, right? Justin, even the United States Treasury says the country's banking system is what? Sound and resilient. After what? After regulators seized First Republic Bank and sold it to JPMorgan Chase, right? JPMorgan now stated, the CEO Diamond says banking system is sound after assimilating First Republic Bank, expects more consolidation. Exactly. Expects more what? Centralization. You'll own that and you'll be happy, right guys? From the WEF right there. Come on guys. In acquiring First Republic Bank, JPMorgan has 1. Bypass laws against acquiring bank while controlling 10% of United States deposits, right? Shared $13 billion in losses with the FDIC, received a $50 billion loan from the FDIC, effectively bought back its own deposits, expects to profit $5 billion plus over the next 5 years, added $18 billion in market cap this morning. The crisis has taught us the rules don't matter in times of panic. This is the most important thing you guys can see. The statement right here it's because when the any crisis takes place, guys, there are no rules, right? Actually, rules are literally man-made at this point in time, right? Every rule you see, every law you see, it's all man-made, guys. That's the thing. JPMorgan profits massively while the Fed panics from a banking contagion. And then JPMorgan just said they're going to be profiting off this deal. Immediate gain of $2.6 billion and $500 million in yearly profit. That's crazy, right? Wow. On top of all this, the FDIC is covering $13 billion in losses and providing $50 billion in financing. Again, they want to help the banks, guys, but they're not trying to help you, right? While probably a lot of people are in debt, where are they to save the day? But Mr. Poole did say debt to be wiped out, which is fascinating. Conclusion: the Fed is terrified more banks will fail, so they want to make sure the First Republic deal goes smoothly to keep confidence high, and they did this too by heavily supporting JPMorgan. They always support the banks, guys. They obviously do, always. But commercial real estate is cratering. If that happens, the dominoes will almost certainly fall. Warren Buffett's right hand man, Charlie Munger, confirmed my fears yesterday by warning about banks' exposures to bad commercial real estate loans. The worst is not over, right? The time is imminent, guys. Again, the time is imminent. The debt. Bank crisis, body count 5, right? Are these different countries and nations next? This is just the beginning, exactly, because there's going to be a domino effect into other parts of the world, guys, especially when more banks start to fall in America. Cross River Bank of the day. According to the latest SEC call report, it appears of their $7.3 billion in loans, $2.2 billion or 30% plus are more than 90 days past due. Wow. So they're basically not paying back their loans, guys, right? Absolutely crazy. Or they're being delayed on it. They're delaying on to paying their loans, as you guys can see. Again, another bank on the horizon that's about to be cannibalized, possibly. But the next domino to fall in the banking sector will be Deutsche Bank. Could be days, could be weeks, but this bank is going to zero. $1.4 trillion plus in assets going to get erased, right? This was from a while back ago, but again, guys, let's prepare for more of these bank contagion issues, more bank runs, more bank failures, right? The collapse is imminent. This video literally tells you that the collapse is imminent. If you guys like the video, we really appreciate it. Not financial advice. Prepare. Beware. But anyways, that's all for you guys. Amazing things. See y'all. There we go.